Hello students, so in this chapter we are going to do about the atmospheric refraction, and this is a continuation of the same chapter, that is the human eye and the colorful world. So what is atmospheric refraction? So before studying this, you know that our atmosphere have different layers and each has different density. Suppose this is your sun, and the layer nearer the sun will be hot, so the particles will be at distinct position, so it will be rarer, it is the rarer medium. Then below that layer it will be less hot. So if we compare, atmosphere is made up of different layer, so again the different layer, again different layer, so this type of layers will be there. So light will be traveling from here, white light or the ray of light will be traveling, so it will be going multiple refractions. Okay, so when light rays pass through the atmosphere having different layers of densities and refractive index, then refraction of light take place. So this refraction of light by earth's atmosphere, because it is happening in the atmosphere of earth, it is called as atmospheric refraction. Okay, so here also you can study that atmospheric refraction is due to the gradual change in the refractive index of the atmosphere. You know that with the increase in the altitude, the refractive index decreases. Okay, so the refractive index of the atmosphere gradually increase towards the surface of the earth, because the hot air above is less dense than the cool air below. So light gradually bends towards the normal. So you know that whenever we have done in the light chapter, that is whenever the ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium, and this is the normal, the refractive ray will be bent towards the normal, because it is coming from rarer to denser, right? So light gradually bends towards the normal, so the real position of a star is different from its apparent position. Here you can see that this is the star, this is the star, it's the real position, but because of the atmospheric refraction, the apparent position, you can see the slightly above the real position. Okay, so the position is different. Now there are some phenomena based on atmospheric refraction, like same the apparent position of star, we can say, and apparent star position due to atmospheric refraction. Okay, and the another one is twinkling of star. So as to us, star appears to twinkle, right? We see that stars twinkles at night, but in actual they are they are not twinkling, they give constant, they give the same light, but for us they seems to be twinkling. The reason is that when light from star passes and it reaches to us, it passes from atmosphere, that time it suffers continuous refraction. As I said you, like this is this is the star, okay, and it is far from the earth. So there are different layers of atmosphere. So when the light from this star is coming, it have to go through different refractions, right? So and our line of sight is straight, we see the object, like the line of sight is straight. So when star is within the line of sight, it is visible and appear bright, because if you can see, suppose this is the position of star and we are here, we are the observer. Okay, we look straight, so it is going to be the twinkling of star is because of multiple refractions. So if this is the actual position, this is the line of sight for us, then when star is within the line of sight, it is visible and appear bright. Okay, and when out of sight, it means when the refraction is out of the sight, it is not visible to us, or it may appear dim to you, so it appears to twinkle. Okay, if it is within this line of sight and it is visible, it will be like bright. So that's why it is appearing twinkling to us. So you can say that the twinkling of star is due to the atmospheric refraction of starlight and due to the changing in the position of the stars and the movement of the layers of the atmosphere. So the light from the star is sometimes brighter and sometimes fainter, or we can say dim, and it appears to twinkle. Similarly, if we take the case of planets, planets are closer to earth than stars. The light from the stars are considered as a point source. It means that planets are very close to us. It has many point sources from which light is coming. So they are also continuously suffering the atmospheric refractions. But if some source of light is outside the line of sight and some have within the line of sight, so it doesn't appear bright or dim to us. It occurs constant light to us. Okay, so it doesn't appear twinkling. It's actually emitting only one kind of ray. That's why planets do not twinkle. And in the same way, we assume that stars are twinkling. Okay, and their position is also, we can see the apparent position we can observe. Now here is the question that advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. Before that, why sun appears bigger during sunset and sunrise? So we have one horizon, this one, and if sun is, you can say if sun is here, okay, it means when sun comes down, it means sunset. Below the horizon is the sunset, above the horizon is sunrise. So we have one horizon. During sunset or sunrise, the rays of light travel through maximum length of atmosphere. So reflection is maximum during that time. So during the sunrise and sunset, the sun is at the horizon and refractive index of the atmosphere of the earth decreases with height. You know that if the height increases, the refractive index decreases. Due to this light reaching the earth's atmosphere from different parts of the vertical diameter of the sun enters at different heights in earth's atmosphere and so travel in different media of refractive index at the same instant and hence bent unequally. Okay, so due to this unequal bending of light from the vertical diameter, the image of the sun gets distorted and it appears oval and larger to us. Now here is the question that why sun is visible to us about 2 minutes earlier to actual sunrise or sunset. Here you can see that this one is the horizon and this one is the real position and this one is the apparent position. Suppose this one is for the sunset and this one is for the sunrise. So the question is why sun is visible to us. You can see here it's the real position of sun is this one, but like about 2 minutes earlier, okay, then only we can see the actual position. So why it is so? When the light rays passes through the atmosphere having layers of different densities and refractive index, then atmospheric refraction take place. Okay, the actual sunrise take place when the sun is above horizon. When the sun is just below the horizon, the light rays coming from it on entering the earth atmosphere suffer atmospheric refraction from a rarer to denser medium. Okay, because the particles near the sun will be hot, so it will be a rarer medium, so they bend towards the normal at each refraction. Due to continuously refraction of light rays at each layer, it follows a curved path and reaches the eye of the observer. As a result, we can see the sun 2 minutes before it rises above the horizon in the morning, and it is also due to the refraction that we can still see the sun for about 2 minutes even after the sun has set below the horizon. So if the question is asked why sun is visible to us about 2 minutes earlier to actual sunrise or sunset, the question is same. Because of the atmospheric refraction, it has to go through different multiple atmospheric refraction. Okay, this one. Now, scattering of light and Tyndall effect. So what is the Tyndall effect? So the scattering of light by colloidal solution particles, it is known as Tyndall effect, right? And what is scattering? Scattering means, suppose you have this particle, okay? So the particle will be consuming the light. If it's a white light, it will consume the light, and after consumption it will scatter that light. Okay, so it is a process where particle absorbed all white light and then it transmit it in all direction. So Tyndall effect, you know that the scattering of light by colloidal solution, and the Earth's atmosphere contain air molecules, water droplets, dirt, smoke, etc. So when sunlight passes through the atmosphere, the path of the light become visible due to the scattering of light by these particles. And the color of the scattered light, because when you know that white light, if this particle is consuming white light, you know that how the rainbow is formed. That white light is constituent of 7 color, that is VIBGYOR. So it will be scattering that color. Okay, like the color of the scattered light depends upon the size of the scattering particles. Okay, very fine particles scatter blue light, larger particles scatter different colors of light. Why? It is all depend on the wavelength that I told you. That is lambda is equal to 1 by nu, that is lambda is inversely proportional to the frequency. So very fine particles will be scattering blue color, and the larger particles will be scattering the other colors, like we can say red, yellow. This all is the colloidal solution where the sunlight or the bulb light, any artificial light is passing on. Now, why sky appears blue is the question. Why is the sky of the color? Why is the color of the clear sky blue? Okay, so when the sun's light reaches the earth atmosphere, it is scattered or deflected by the tiny molecules of the gas in the air. Okay, so because these molecules are much smaller than the wavelength of the visible light, the amount of scattering depends upon the wavelength. This is called Rayleigh scattering. We have one Rayleigh scattering, that means Rayleigh scattering is 1 by lambda 4, we can say. Okay, because these molecules are much smaller than the wavelength of the visible light, so the amount of the scattering depends upon the wavelength. So this effect is called Rayleigh scattering. Shorter wavelength are scattered the most strongly, so more of the blue light is scattered our eyes than the other colors. Okay, so you might wonder why the sky doesn't appear purple, because if we see the VIBGYOR, VIB, violet should be scattered first, right? But this is because there isn't as much violet in sunlight to start with, and our colors are our eyes are much more sensitive to blue color. Okay, so shorter wavelength are scattered the most strongly. Okay, so more of the blue color is scattered. Now this is it's a picture. And now color of the sky at sunrise and sunset. Now again there is a question like we can see that the color of the sky is blue, but why sky appears dark instead of blue to an astronaut? The astronaut who is going for a research or the research, the same sky appears black to him. Why? Because in space no particles are present. Thus if particles are not present, refraction will be not happening, so no scattering occurs, hence the sky appear dark. Or else you can say that scattering does not take place at very high altitude due to the absence of atmosphere. Okay, now color of the sky at sunrise and sunset. Again here it's all about the wavelength. The reddish appearance of the sun at sunrise or sunset is due to the scattering of light by the molecules of air and other fine particles in the atmosphere. So in the atmosphere whose particle size is small than the wavelength of visible light from the sun near the horizon, it passes through thicker layer of air and larger distance in the earth's atmosphere before reaching our eye. Okay, most of the blue light and shorter wavelength are scattered away by the particles. So only red light, because the wavelength of the red light is less, so its scattering will be very less. Okay, so only red light being of higher wavelength. Okay, the wavelength of that red's wavelength is very red wavelength is high, therefore its scattering will be less, and blue wavelength is very less, therefore its scattering will be high. Okay, so red light being of higher wavelength reaches us to give us reddish appearance of the sun during the sunrise, or we can say during the sunset. Okay, so this was all about the some phenomena like why the twinkling of stars, and what is the apparent position, why sun appears bigger during sunset or sunrise, or why doesn't planet twinkle, or why sun is visible to us about 2 minutes earlier to actual sunrise or sunset, or why sky is blue for us, or if the astronaut is going, the same sky appears black to him, right? And the color of sun and sunrise during sunset or during the sunrise, color of sun. So these are the some phenomena where atmospheric refraction take place, and all of this is because of the atmospheric refraction. But yes, in the color phenomena, that is the color of the sun during sunrise and sunset, or the color of the sky, there again wavelength also take place, because the particle whose wavelength is more, it will be scattering less, and the particle whose wavelength is less, it will scatter more. Okay, so these are the some phenomena, and we have completed this chapter. I will be providing you the NCERT solutions. Go through that, and yes, I'll again say ask more questions so that your doubts will be clear. So till now 2 chapters are done, and I'll be giving you the assignment as well. So just go through these topics, okay, and make the concepts clear. Thank you.